guys, thanks for tuning in. So my name is Angela if you're new here, and today I'm going to be answering this question: is it safe to live in Qatar? Is Qatar safe? How safe is Qatar? So stay tuned. If you like my content, the best way to support me is to like my videos, share them, always comment, give a comment of whatever, and yeah. So from my own opinion, having lived in this country for close to 2 years now, I would say that it's safe. Generally speaking, Qatar is ranked as one of the safest countries in the world to live in because of very low crime rates, except maybe petty crimes like pickpocketing that would mostly happen in crowded places like marketplaces. But also there is a security presence or police presence in every place, especially in crowded places like those, that just to curb such petty crime. In terms of heavy police presence, usually or sometimes it happens that you'll be stopped by the police, your vehicle will be stopped by the police, and they would ask for your ID. So it is just advisable to carry your ID or your residency card whenever you are going out. Another type of crime that maybe would go on would be credit card theft, where people would send you like a message saying that your credit card is blocked and you need to call a certain number, which is the CID number, for it to be unblocked. And maybe some people fall prey of that and they end up losing money, or their account is maybe invaded, stuff like that. But generally speaking, you would rarely hear of maybe natural calamities like hurricane or tornadoes, as much as the country is just surrounded by the sea. So yeah, this makes the country a very safe place to live. In fact, so many people say that they feel a lot safer to walk around the streets of Doha or anywhere in Qatar more than they would feel walking around the streets of Sydney or maybe somewhere in London and everywhere. That is how safe the place is. Like, it's not common that like somebody will bang into you and pick your phone, or it rarely happens. People will leave their cars unlocked, and nobody would even dare to move close to it. People will sleep with the doors unlocked. I remember even myself, okay fine, I know that I stay in a company provided accommodation and there is security and it's like a gated community or a gated compound, but for a long time I used to stay alone in my room. I would just pull the door but not actually even care to lock it, and nobody would ever come into my room or barge into my room unexpectedly. And another thing would be that it is mandatory for every person coming to live or to work in Qatar to go through medical examination or medical screening to rule out any form of communicable diseases or spreadable diseases that would pose a risk to the rest of the population. And of course, if you are declared medically unfit, whether you are coming to be joining your family member or you're coming for work, then you are not allowed to live in the country. You cannot be given a residency permit, and this just helps to curb, all these sorts of diseases that would pose a risk to the rest of the population. And then something else, when it comes to working safely, you will find, especially in many construction sites, that they will say that safety starts with you, or safety comes first. And a lot of training would normally be provided for every worker, especially construction workers who are supposed to work at height or who are supposed to operate machines, or just in case they are going to be mixing chemicals. Enough training will be given to make sure that they are not posing a risk to their own lives, and that they are fit to operate, whether it is machines or whether it is whatever duties or whatever roles it is that they are supposed to undertake. And it doesn't just end with the construction workers. Like many companies, if not all, will invest heavily in training their employees for like emergency preparedness. Like myself, I know that I have gone through first aid training, I have gone through fire safety training, and in my office I'm one of the people that are supposed to respond in case of an emergency, maybe if somebody faints, or maybe if there is a sudden fire breakout. And I know that happens with so many other companies, and at least maybe I'd say all employees, like a company, all employees are required to go through at least one of these kinds of trainings so that they are well equipped to respond in case of emergencies. Something else would be that there is a dedicated department, the health and safety department, in almost every company, if I'm not wrong. And this is something that I've not even heard of in Kenya, like health and safety. In Qatar, there has to be a health and safety department, which is a very big department that is supposed to ensure that the workers are following the right procedures, that there is zero harm, that everybody is safe. They're also responsible for reporting any safety concerns and also making sure that the employees are well equipped with training in terms of maybe heat stress when it is at the peak of summer. You know, like simple advice like not hanging clothes on the stairs to avoid sleeping, like switching off the gas cookers when not in use. What else would be stuff like that? You understand? Anything, just providing enough awareness for people in order to avoid or to reduce the risk of hazards are reduced. Another thing that I would say is maybe the advanced road network with traffic lights in everywhere around the city to control motorists. And this doesn't mean that accidents do not happen, but it just helps to reduce the rate of accidents. Also, there is very hefty fines for traffic violators, and just all these things help to reduce at least road accidents. Another thing that I would say is, of course, that terrorism activities are uncommon, at least from the time that I've been here. I've never heard of any threats when it comes to maybe terrorist attacks or stuff like that in any part of this country. So that is another thing that shows you that yes, the place is fairly safe or pretty safe. This doesn't mean that you should not take caution or take precaution, but I'm just trying to show you just how safe you feel in this country. Like you don't feel threatened, like okay, somebody would barge into my room, or somebody would barge into my car, or somebody would do this and that and those. But of course, there are measures that you're supposed to take, especially maybe as a lady living in Qatar. It's just very advisable to follow the local customs and regulations. Maybe when it comes to dressing, not dressing skimpily, especially when you're in public places, just to avoid attracting unnecessary attention that might lead to sexual harassment or something like that. And this is where the phrase "safety starts with you" comes in handy. It's also advisable to avoid going to places that are mostly maybe populated by men, especially maybe in the industrial area. If you need to go to such places, then it is good to be accompanied by maybe somebody or maybe your girlfriends, and just watch out for one another, because you just never know. There is no place on earth that is 100% safe, and it is the duty and the responsibility of everyone to take precaution and to take measures to ensure that they are safe. Also, of course, walking alone at night or walking alone when it is dark, then you're just calling trouble for yourself. Or maybe getting into a car for a stranger when it is dark, then it's also just calling trouble for yourself. So there is so much that you as an individual, whether you're a man or whether you're a woman, are supposed to do to just make sure that you're not posing a risk to yourself, or that you are staying safe. Something else that I just remembered, when I was taking the first aid training, I remember the trainer telling us that it's mandatory for every establishment, every shop that you go to has to have a first aid kit. Every vehicle, even public places like in the park. Right now I'm at the Corniche. I don't know if I can spot any first aid kit. I'm sure it should be somewhere around here. Something else that I see people doing, especially in the supermarkets, maybe when they want to buy fruits like grapes, they would eat them raw. And that is something that if you try to do in my country, then it will mean you are spending weeks in the hospital. But here, even I have done it myself, and not even a stomach upset. I don't know if they are washed beforehand, but I don't think so. Maybe diseases like typhoid or cholera is pretty much unheard of. And of course, also something else would be that the medical system is very advanced. This country has one of the best hospitals in the world. That would be, I think, Sidra Hospital. That is one of the best hospitals in the world, right in this country. Please subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so. There's a subscribe button right below this video, and also follow me on Instagram at Angie Owoko. My Instagram handle is just opposite this wherever, it's somewhere in this video. And also please remember to like this video. So comment down below and let me know what other content you would like to see, what other videos you would like me to come up with, and I'll try my best to do that for you guys, because of course I enjoy making these videos, and of course you enjoy watching them. So it's our small community now, and yeah. Thank you for watching, and see you on the next video. Bye.